Monday, everybody at the LLE. This is Coach Hall here and wishing you guys a very happy Monday. I hope your Monday is motivated. You're ready to go. I don't know what part of the world you're in right now when you're listening to this. Some of you are already getting close to the end of your day, and some of you are just getting started. Whatever part of Monday you're in, I hope it's a fantastic Monday. I want to talk a little bit about what's happened in the last week. I'm really excited about what's happened in the last week. Our group is slowly building. We've had a couple of people drop out, a couple of people join in. We're up to 32 at this point. But what I'm really excited about is that the members that are here, we're starting to get engaged. This is good. I like this. This is good. We're going to be engaged, and this is going to help with learning. If you remember on that pyramid that I showed at the welcome video when you enter, or maybe perhaps it was the one that you received before you enter the group, there's this learning pyramid that we talk about. Lectures only give you about 5% learning, maybe up to 10-15% learning, but it's when you get into discussion and when you start talking about things, going back and forth, and suddenly you have to put yourself more or less into the teacher's position. When you get to that level, retention skyrockets, and that's what learning is all about. So I want you guys to actively involve yourself. The more you engage yourself, the better chances are that the things that we talk about in any of the courses, you're going to be able to retain them at a greater level. And that's what this is all about. I don't want you to waste your time. You know, you spent whatever amount of money you spent on your course. I want you to get 100% value out of that. And the best way we can do that is by getting our retention levels up as high as we possibly can. Okay, as the group grows, I'm going to be posting hellos and welcomes to new members. I highly encourage everybody that's in the group already just to say a little welcome or hello, talk about the group a little bit, just to get people ready for what's available to them. Yes, it's nice to sit on the sidelines and be a voyeur and watch and see what's happening in the group. I've been in a number of groups, and when I first get in, I'm kind of like the person who likes to dip their toe in the water, if you know what I mean. I don't want to jump right into the pool yet. I dip my toe in the water to make sure it's cool and it's nice, and is this some place I really want to be hanging out in? So if we invite people in and we're nice to them and we say hello to them and we encourage them, then we can get participation from more and more people. Okay, I want to mention a few people. I hope I don't embarrass you, but you really need to be mentioned here because this is a community for all. It's not all about Coach Hall. In fact, it shouldn't be about me whatsoever. It should be about the information that we're trying to learn and understand and then take it to the next level, which is to launch ourselves, which really means just to apply that information into our lives and then share with other people what it is that this is doing to us and how it's impacting us, and that can help motivate other people to go about implementing these things into their lives and what it is that we're going to be earning with this information. Some of us are just looking to earn respect in the world, and some of us want to earn money. Okay, so whatever it is that you want to earn, we want to get you to that point as well. So I want to mention 3 people that have really been active, and I really think a lot. Actually, a 4th person. I first start off with Graham. Graham's been awesome. He's a partner of mine. We've done some projects together, and he's always, saying hello and stuff like that. So thanks to Graham. But a couple students of mine that are involved in this, and so I almost gave a pass on Graham because Graham's kind of, he's my old friend, and I kind of anticipate that he's going to be helping me out. I help him out in his group. So for him to be the first one to jump in, I wasn't too surprised, and I am very appreciative of him and his participation. So I don't want to take that for granted. But for the students, I know that, getting in there and wanting to engage, you probably got that little voice in your head going, I don't know if I want to do this. I got to put myself out there. What does this mean? Do I want to voice my opinion? Do I want to sound like I'm ranting? And this is something that my friend Jessica in the group is saying lately, that she rants. Rant away. Okay, that's what this group is all about. We're here to rant. We're here to talk about what's going on because this is the playground, if you will. Get all this stuff out, how we perceive the world right here in this arena, and then we can talk about it and we can help start to shed light on different perspectives. Use these frameworks that we are teaching in the many different courses that I teach at Star Family Coaching. And then we can gain some brand new insight until it helps us better understand the world and the place that we live in, so that we can get through our day-to-day life in a much happier and better place, or at least in a place to where we feel more confident about solving whatever issues are coming our way. Okay, so let me talk about Joanna first. Joanna and I have already met on a Zoom, and we've started a project together. We've got another meeting coming up sometime this week, and she's already submitted some of her work, and I've looked at it, and let me tell you, boom, I'm blown away. Amazing stuff. I don't speak Polish, but I trust that she does perfectly, and she submitted a whole bunch of stuff she's done. She's doing a summary of the ACT beginner course in her native language, and what we want to do is we want to expand to the world. My goal, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'll mention it again. I want to impact 1 billion families around the world. Guess what? Not everybody speaks English. Duh, right? I speak English. That's kind of my only language. I speak a little bit of get-by Spanish, but when it comes to the other languages of the world, and there's so many beautiful languages out there, I need some help. And so Joanna's out there, and she's going to help me reach the populace of those people that speak Polish, and that's fantastic. And I'm so happy to have her partnering with me on this project, and we're going to talk about some other things moving forward as well. All right, another guy that I'm going to mention, we haven't met yet on Zoom, but we're going to shortly at some point. But we've been doing a lot of corresponding through texting, and this is a Lumel or Leomel. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Until we formally meet, I'm going to be just guessing here, but I'm going to go with Leomel. I apologize if it's wrong, but he sent me some PDFs, I think this one book was about 300 pages or something to that nature, and it has to do with physical therapy and the stuff that he's involved with. And we're going to be working on partnering together. He's going to help get the word out about the courses, and we're going to get him compensated for his efforts in doing that. This is part of earning, folks. This is what this group can be about for you if you want to be a part of the group in that nature. So we're moving from learning to launching to earning, and that's what Leo Mel and myself have got going on. He's also shown me some other things he's involved with. Very impressed with what he's doing. So I can't wait to continue this little partnership that we have with, again, another one of our members here in LLE. And of course, I just mentioned Jessica a few minutes ago, and she put a great post up this morning about whether or not I have a parenting group. I have a parenting group in the past as a member of another group that's very, very large, and the owner of the group or whatever, he and I, we didn't have the same pathway in mind. He wanted me to basically stop what I was doing and just kind of follow what he was doing, and I was like, nah, I want to keep doing what I'm doing, which is to help parents. And since we kind of, weren't agreeing with things, I left the group, and I decided, okay, let me get out there and finish what I'm doing, which is to complete all these courses that I've been wanting to do for so long. I'm getting them done. I've got one more to do, which is about 6FEM. For those of you that have taken the ACT beginner course, you already have been teased a little bit with 6FEM, but I'm going to have a whole course dedicated just to that modality, and that's coming up next. And then it's all about this group and about marketing and pushing more students into the different courses at my school. What I'm doing right now, and the reason I haven't been able to really jump into the LLE group, is everything that you see on Udemy is being replicated and put into my school. I've been beta testing the school for a while. I've got a couple more courses that need to be uploaded before I have the official launch of the school. I'm doing this because with Udemy, as wonderful as it's been and the relationship I've had with them, my hands are tied to some extent, actually greatly tied. I can't do what I'd like to do. I don't know what kind of price they're going to offer anybody out there. It's a little bit nerve-wracking to some degree. Again, you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you, and I'm very grateful because I wouldn't have met you guys without them. So, but the point is, I'd like to have a little more control, and I'd like to be able to make more offerings to my students. I want them to really retain this information. I want to give them opportunities to put these things that we're learning into practice. I want to create relationships. I want to create opportunities for you to grow and launch and build and take your business where you want it to go. And I want you to be able to have the same opportunity if you want to have that kind of working relationship with me. And I can't really do that when this big company called Udemy is kind of, the puppet master, if you will, of everything. So that's why I created this other school. So what we're going to be doing is building and developing that. And within that group, within my school, my two main focuses are going to be parenting, because that's my baby. That's really where my heart's at. But it's not parenting in what you might call the traditional sense, which usually, because I've been a parenting coach for a while, parents come to me not in a preventative or a wellness fashion or in a what do I need to know before I get into the parenting business. They always come to me after they have problems, right? They don't go anywhere, but they come to me when they have problems. What do I do about my child's doing this? Or what do I do? And that approach is, I call the Band-Aid approach. You're putting fires out. And the truth is that I can help people in that regard, but I usually get a commitment in advance, which is, if I help you do this, then you need to help me by committing to the fact that you learn how to be a parent, which you should have done before you became a parent. Not your fault. Okay, nobody's fault, because guess what? There is no parenting university out there. Our educational system isn't designed for parents to learn how to parent better. It's designed for you to become an employee for somebody else. Point blank. Okay, so this is what we want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to teach people how to be the best version of themselves, which is what I do with most of my personal development courses. ACT, CTME, what's going to be happening with 6 Film, and of course the latest course they just created, which is the Optimal Happy Life Coaching Certification, which is great for those who want to practice and those that want to coach. So these are the things we do to make ourselves better, which is important. As a parent, you need to make yourself the best person you possibly can be, because you have to model these characteristics to your child in order for them to really buy into it, okay? Kids do what parents do, or they do exactly the opposite of what parents do. And what we want kids to do is grow up to be modeling themselves out after parents who, are operating at their best, at their optimal best. And so this is the process. Sometimes we got to help the parent out in the fire or the situation, the urgency that they're in. But then we need to take a back step and go, okay, if I'm going to continue this process, continue down the parenthood journey, which is, got to do it, right? It's not any other kind of job where you can just quit that job and go change jobs. This is a 18, 20, 25, depending on how many kids you have. For me, it was 30 years. Got kids of all age ranges. 30-year commitment that you will basically make up the majority of your adult life. And therefore, if you can do something for that length of time, you might as well be pretty good at it, right? And so that's the idea. Let's get really good at parenting. And then if we do it the right way, what we will be doing is teaching our children these personal development skills, so that they won't need parenting coaching, and they won't need personal development coaching when they become adults. But more importantly, they won't need psychiatry, they won't need behavioral therapists, they won't need, they won't be addicted to other things because they're running away from whatever issues are happening in their life. So many problems will be resolved in the world, and this is why I want to impact 1 billion people, because I'm looking at the world and I see the statistics that are telling us we are going in the wrong direction. Diabetes, cancer, you talk about all sorts of health issues basically related to stress. It's stress from parenting, stress from life, stress from not understanding how to manage your mind because you don't really understand how your mind works, why you work the way you do. And these are things that we need to understand. Okay, so let's look at where we're at today, which is, like I said, we got 32 people in the group. What's the next thing I wanted to mention here? I'm just look off screen here a second because I bulleted everything out. Oh yes, okay. I came across a wonderful article. When I get articles, as you guys know, I post them up in the group. If you care to read them, sometimes I'll give you a little summary so you don't have to read them. But they're done with intention because they're all basically in alignment to the different courses that I offer. And I want to use this information as a way for you to plug it into whatever it is that you're learning. Stimulate your mind and get you active in the understanding and application of the frameworks and the techniques and the things that we're teaching in the courses. There's a wonderful course that's out there. I think that it's the #1 enrolled course in the world right now. It's a free course offered at Yale University. Yeah, Yale, the big guys, right? Bulldogs, go Bulldogs. It's a Happy Life course. Now it's a 10-week course, so that right there scares people off. But I read an interesting review of this whole course, and it kind of highlighted all the features of the course. And they basically said, you can get it done in 2 weeks. If you really get serious about this, you can get it done in 2 weeks. It's kind of stretched out for 10 weeks because they're going to give you assignments and they want to give you plenty of time to complete all these assignments. But you can really get this thing done in 2 weeks. But the big takeaway is that there are a number of things that you can do to help you become happy. And one of those things that I would like for you guys to consider doing this week, I want you to think about doing this. Create a positive, happy environment in your life by giving, okay? And I'm not talking about giving even money. All you have to do is give some nice words out there. I want you to think about the people that are in your life and ask yourself, when was the last time I said something nice to my friends that was completely unsolicited? Like they didn't show me something, and of course you're going to say, oh, that's great. Like somebody bakes a pie and they go, look at the pie I baked. Oh, wow, it's so wonderful, it tastes great. No. I call it solicited. So we don't want to get solicited stuff. We're talking about unsolicited, where you just decide out on your own to contact them and say, I've been thinking about you lately. And I love the fact that you're in my life, and I love the fact that you and I have these things in common. Talk about those things that you have in common. And I will always remember this date that you and I did this thing together, and just talk about these wonderful things and how grateful you are that this person's in your life. And send that message out. Now, if you do this one message a day for the next 7, 8, 10 days, you got 10 people in your life. It could be a family member, good friend, somebody that's maybe not in your inner circle, but you like them. Okay, and they're kind of in the outer circle. Maybe you would like to even be closer to them. This is a great way to just send a little message out to them. We're all connected anymore. You got Instagram accounts and Facebook accounts. You can send them a little private message and just let them know how much you appreciate them. It's a message of gratitude. Okay, so if you do this, it's, you're putting positive energy out. Karma energy, good energy comes back. Okay, so the final takeaway, and that's one of the ideas of the course, by the way, so I'm just sharing that with you if you want to have a happy life. The final takeaway, though, is that at the end of the course, they basically summarize, the summary of the course is that this is just the beginning of the beginning. This course isn't the end all when it comes to happiness. You're just getting started in that regard. And that's where my course picks things up. It gives you a formula on how to go about being happy for the rest of your life. And so that's another reason why I mentioned it. When I first read it, I said, there's this free course out there that's going to compete with my course. Let me check this out, because got to check out my competition. Well, it turns out it's a complement to my course, because what they're basically saying is that these are things you can do that'll get you so far, but you need more to take you the rest of the way. And then that's where my course picks up the optimal happy life coaching certification. So if you haven't picked up that course, go out there and get that course as well. Okay, so just 3 weeks ago, okay, we had the group open for maybe about a month at that point. About 3 weeks ago, I remember looking through and thinking, man, nobody's going to participate in this group, it looks like. I'm posting every day, and I can, you can see that people are looking, but not even getting a thumbs up or a heart or anything. And then suddenly, boom, a couple thumbs up were happening. And then we started getting some replies. And this is the beginning, folks. I'm super excited, really excited now, because we're starting to get some participation. And this is what this group is all about. It's about you. It's not about me. It's about you and the information that we want to circulate. You have stories. Each and every one of you are unique. You've got some history. You have experiences. Let's share this stuff so we can see how it fits into the frameworks and whatever else that you have out in your life. If you've got a different type of modality or something you've been exposed to, share it with the group. That's what we're here for. It doesn't have to be my way all the time. In fact, it's just my way to get us started. And then it's up to all of us to get us going, okay? So, all right, I'm going to wrap this thing up. I'm going to have a special thanks to each and every one of you that have been brave enough and started getting involved in posting and interacting and replying and meeting with me, and all you guys. Keep this going. This is fantastic. I'm super excited. I hope you are as well. I encourage everybody that's new to the group to start getting involved. Reply to posts, submit your post. If it meets the guidelines, which it's pretty flexible, the guidelines. The only thing we don't want is sort of self-promoting. I've been a part of other groups where people come in and suddenly all they're doing is pitching whatever they're selling. And if it has nothing to do with what we're doing in the group, then it's undermining the group. And oftentimes, being a moderator, I've had members contact me and say, hey, I feel like I'm being harassed. I came in here to learn, and these other people are trying to sell me this, that, and the other thing, and I'm starting to lose interest. And so I don't want any of those things happening in the group. So that's why we have some rules in place that need to be followed, and I'll be looking at the post. If everything is complementary to what I'm teaching, or if it's a part of what I'm teaching, of course that's going to get posted and put up there. If it's a new idea and it's not hurting anybody, nobody's going to be offended by it, boom, we're going to put it in the group. We're talking about it. That's what this is all about. Okay, this method that we've created here, this back and forth, is going to get us to learning more, to launching more, and to earning more. Okay, that's going to wrap this Monday up. Get out there and make this week a fantastic week, and you're going to see posts from me from time to time, and I'll check you guys out next Monday at the next Monday motivation meeting. Take care.